Hello and welcome to another video. Today I made a family tree for Emperor Franz Joseph I of Austria-Hungary. This is his family tree, and this is him right over here, Franz Joseph I. He was born August 18th, 1830 and died November 21st, 1916 at the age of 86. His parents were Franz Karl of Austria and Sophie of Bavaria. Franz was born December 7th, 1802 and died March 8th, 1878 at the age of 75. Sophie was born January 27th, 1805 and died May 28th, 1872 at the age of 67. Franz's paternal grandparents were Francis II and First, born February 12th, 1768, and died March 2nd, 1835, at the age of 67. And his paternal grandma was Maria Theresa of Naples and Sicily, born June 6th, 1772, and died April 13th, 1807, at the age of 34. His maternal grandparents were Maximilian I Joseph of Bavaria, born May 28, 1756, and died October 13th, 1825, at the age of 69, and Caroline of Baden, born July 13th, 1776, and died November 13th, 1841, at the age of 65. Franz had five younger siblings. Maximilian I of Mexico, born July 6th, 1832, and died June 19th, 1867, at the age of 34. Karl Ludwig of Austria, born July 30th, 1833, and died May 19th, 1896, at the age of 62. Maria Anna of Austria, born October 27th, 1835, and died February 5th, 1840, at the age of 4. And then after her, their mother had a miscarriage. And then after the miscarriage, there was Ludwig Victor of Austria, born May 15th, 1842, and died January 18th, 1919, at the age of 76. Franz married Elizabeth Amalie Eugenie in Bavaria, born December 24th, 1837, and died September 10th, 1898, at the age of 60. Elizabeth was 16 when they were married. She gave birth to their first child when she was 17, and it didn't survive long because why would it? Because she was too young to give birth. Anyway, Elizabeth was actually assassinated. That's why she died. She died from assassination. She was walking next to the palace, I think, and then a man approached her and stabbed her a dozen times, maybe a couple of times, a bunch of times. He just stabbed her and she died on the street. And so, anyway, together, Franz and Elizabeth had four children. Yeah, four children. Their first child, like I mentioned earlier, Elizabeth gave birth to her at 17 and she didn't survive long. Sophie of Austria, born March 5th, 1855, and died May 29th, 1857, at the age of 2. That's what I mean by didn't survive long. Then was Gisela of Austria, born July 11th, 1856, and died July 27th, 1932, 15 days after her 76th birthday. Rudolph, Crown Prince of Austria, born August 21st, 1858, and died January 30th, 1889, by suicide at the age of 30. Yeah, he committed suicide, and he was the only son of Franz Joseph I, and he died way before Franz. And then the youngest child was Marie Valerie of Austria, born April 22nd, 1868, and died September 6th, 1924, at the age of 56. She was 10 years younger than Rudolph, and she was born right after Rudolph. Sophie wasn't married, clearly, because she died at 2 years old. Gisela married Leopold of Bavaria, and together they had four children: Elizabeth Marie, August, or August. Never mind about that. George and Conrad. Elizabeth married Otto of Seefried and Buttenheim. Together they had five children: Gisela, Elizabeth, August, Marie Valerie, and Franz Joseph. Gisela didn't survive long. She died at a young age. August married Joseph August of Austria. Together they had six children: Joseph Francis, Gisela, Sophie, Ladislaus, Matthias Joseph, and Magdalena Maria. Gisela died at a young age, and I think Matthias, he was either a teenager or he was a very young adult, or maybe he was even a child, but he also died. George married Isabella of Austria, but they did not have any children yet when his grandfather was still alive, and Conrad wasn't married at all. Rodolphe married Stephanie of Belgium, and together they only had a daughter named Elizabeth Marie. She married Otto of Windesgreitz. Together they had four children: Franz Joseph, Ernst, Rodolphe, and Stephanie. And Marie Valerie of Austria, she married Franz Salvador of Austria, and together they had 10 children: Elizabeth Franziska, Franz Karl Salvador, Hubert Salvador, Hedwig Theodore Salvador, Gertrude, Maria Elizabeth, Clement Salvador, Mathilde, and Agnes. Agnes died young. I think right after birth, or maybe a couple of weeks or a couple of months later. Elizabeth was the only one to be married when Franz Joseph was still alive. She married George Count von Waldburg Zuzeil und Hohenems. Together they had two daughters when Franz Joseph was still alive: Marie Valerie and Clementine. So that's the whole family tree of Emperor Franz Joseph I of Austria-Hungary. Let me know in the comments whose family tree you'd like to see in the future. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. See you then. Bye bye.